Alright, story time. This one's gonna be definitely a long one, so there's gonna be different parts to this and everything. Like I said, I am new to this. Um, God has been really working on me to really get these dreams, these stories out there, like my testimony and everything. He's like, as the chosen one, it's time now. You've been basically isolated for too long. He's like, so let me go ahead and we're gonna do this. So I was like, okay. I don't know what I'm doing. He's like, I don't care about that. He's like, I need you to tell what I have done for you, and I need you to let people know. Like, that's why I said, we as the chosen ones, we're definitely rising, and we're definitely coming back for everything that was taken from us, because it definitely is being restored back to us, upon us. So I just want to say right now in this video, if anything, right now is the best time to really get right with God and Jesus Christ. This is not time for play or anything like that. So basically, I'm going to be talking about gang stalking. So, like I said, I didn't know what my gift was. Like, when I was younger, right? I would always just tell, my cousin at the time, I'm like, I don't know. I just have like this gut feeling, or like a feeling. And it was always that. It was always, I have a feeling we're going to run into someone that we know. Or I have a feeling this is going to happen. And then they come into fruition. And then my cousin would be like, how did you know that? I'm like, I don't know. Like, I really don't know. So, kind of freaked me out too at a young age, right? So, I remember, I think this was at my cousin is like 2 years older than me. I believe she is. So, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and be honest. I'm probably going to be everywhere. I don't remember too much. That's why I was like, God, I try to hide this and put it deep down, because I already know what's going on. But I'm glad that other content creators are coming out and speaking about it and not living in fear. So that's why I'm like, okay, it's definitely time for me to come out and not live in fear, because I need to speak upon it and what really is going on. But let me just say this. As chosen ones, like I said, my words are not that good, so you might have to go check out other videos to see what I'm talking about, okay? Like I said, it's like we're like a sixth sense. I don't know if you remember the movie Sixth Sense, right? Where we just know things and we see things and we can feel things. So, I just remember one day my cousin had this, the Big Sister, right? From that program, Big Sister, Big Brother. So we went to go eat one day, and the Big Sister, was asking us questions. And so she asked me, what is it that you would like to see in the near future, in the next 10 years? Remind you, I'm like 10. So I think it was I was like 10 at the time, or 9 or something around there, okay? And I was like, oh my gosh, I go, that'd be so dope, if I can create, for us to be able to see each other through the phone, because if we have family members that live long distance. Wow, isn't that a coincidence, right? I spoke it to existence, and look, it's here. I don't know if any other chosen one ever had thought that when they were younger. And that's what I said. This is probably going to go over a lot of other people's head. That's what I said. I don't know if you just heard what I just said. I just said at 10 years old, I spoke into fruition that in the near future, I would love to see us be able to see each other through the phone. And a lot of them will try to take credit for it because they know who you are and they can hear sometimes. So then they take it and they run with it. So at the time, as I got older, I was 19. I got my first job as a manager at Burger King. This is why I'm saying this is so deep. A lot of people, oh my gosh. I'm working at Burger King, like I said. And I will never forget it. I'm by myself, me and the cook. Man, I swear I'll never forget. That's what made me go, man, I'll never want to work for fast food or never want to work for anybody. I'm like, oh my gosh. So, you know, like, it's Saturday night. People are getting out of the club. It's busy. Okay. So around, you know, I think it was around 2 a.m. Yeah, about 2, 3 a.m. Here comes this nice. Like, I think it was a Lambo or a Bugatti. Like one of those nice, like just million car, okay? So I'm like, bro, what are you doing up in here? I'm like, this is West Valley. I'm like, sir, can I help you? But I didn't think that. I'm just thinking, okay. So, you know, he gets to the window. He pulls up. He's like, how much is it going to be? I tell him. He's like, I have a question to ask you. So I'm like, okay. He's like, how much do you make here? And I'm like, I just barely started, sir. I go, so, you know, he's like, oh, okay. And then this is another thing I got to tell you too. That's what I said, like, we're going to go over a lot of things. A lot of chosen ones. I don't know if we do it because I don't know why we do it, but we speak in code. It's just something. And other ones, as you already know, as the chosen one, you get it, you get it. If not, that's okay. Okay, so I was like, you know, I just barely started. And he's like, oh, okay. And he's like, well, you know what, though? Actually, I can make you a better offer, though. He's like, why don't you come and work for me and, you know, my business we just had barely launched. And I go, oh, yeah, what's that? What are you doing? He's like, so, you know, he goes, we're starting to make it where now people can, you know, be able to see through the phones and stuff like that. So I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, this is crazy. I turned it down, unfortunately. Yeah. Because I just started the job, right? So fast forward years later, like I said, actually, no, not fast forward years later, but what I'm saying is, like, when I heard from, like, you know, like, my dad one year, like, as time kind of went on, right? But I'll go back to the story, what I'm going to tell you after. My dad was like, dang, you know, you missed out on a lot of opportunities, you know, because there were people who, like I said, like that. I could have been in so many, like, careers and opportunities with some of these bigger people that I'm like, nah, I'm good. And I stayed loyal to where I was at. So then I remember I'm working at this one place, this trucking place. And, you know, and I was like the receptionist, and because I was working for like a spa receptionist, as a spa receptionist, okay? So, like, that's one thing too. I'm just very blessed to have got to meet and have the opportunity to meet so many beautiful souls. That's what I'm saying. Like it's just on another level. Anyways, so this truck driver, I'm telling her the story, and I told her, same thing what my dad told me. And she's like, don't look at it like that though. She's like, that just shows how loyal you are. And she's like, in loyalty, she was like, a lot of people don't even have that anymore. And she's like, but that just shows that you stood down and you stayed there. And she goes, and you still are the same person. So I'm like, yeah, I guess, you're right. But I'm like, I'm kind of like, at the same time, at the time, when I'm hearing this, I'm like, oh my gosh, I have a baby now. So I'm just like, man, I was like, it would have been dope if I would have taken all those opportunities though. Because I'm like, I think I probably would have been like taken care of. Like, I think I would have been, well steady. But as chosen ones, it's like we're always going through some bullshit. And then it's like, I don't know what this is. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what this is. And I'm just like, man, I was like, I could have. But it's all good though. That's one thing about us. It's like, as chosen ones, I'm not selling my soul. Like, my soul is not meant to be bought. I don't care. And I've had many people ask me too, well, I'll see you at the top. You will see me at the top, but you ain't gonna see me at the top when me selling my soul. Nah. Because I remember this one person I met too. He was like, so would you, if someone be like, hey, I need you to do like, just stupid things, right? Like what they do now for clout for $1 million. I'm like, no. I already go through humiliation rituals all the time. So why the hell would I want to go ahead and put me in something that I know damn well, like, what the hell? Nah, I'm good. So that's that. Okay. So back to gang stalking. I was actually, this happened around the same time. So that's why I said I'm 19. Okay. I go stay with my aunt and everything, and my aunt and her kids. And one year, I'm like working at a hotel. And even around this time too, I remember I had let a person go. And I'm like, like, this ain't gonna work. You're a little bit older than me. I'm a teenager. I just want to kind of like, live my life. I just, that person got like, I don't know, possessed, mad, I don't know, but like was like, threatened to kill me. And I don't know if I can say that on YouTube, but they were threatening to. And also, like, this person was like, I know, I'm gonna follow you, but then I'm like, bro, don't even have a car. Okay. So then I was like, okay, he was one option that I was thinking, okay, because like I said, I'm 19, I don't really know too much, right? So I'm like, one day I'm like walking to work and I see this white car. Okay. I will never forget it. I seen a white car and the windows are black, like tinted, black. So, I really am a type of person, like, I do pay attention to my surroundings. I'm very observant. So I'm walking. I'm like, this car has already passed me 3 times. Like, what's up, bro? What are you doing? Like, for real, like, what are you doing? Like, you making me feel uncomfortable, one, as a female, and especially as a teenager. I'm just trying to hurry up and hell get to work. So I call my auntie, and I'm like, auntie, I go, this car is like literally low-key, like, like following me. I'm like, I don't know what the heck this car is doing. I go, but this car like literally like spin the block like literally 3 times. So my aunt's like, okay. She's like, keep walking so you're not, you know what I mean? She's like, where are you at? And like, my job wasn't too far from my aunt's house. So I was like, that's why I was like, oh, okay, I don't mind. And I was like halfway there. So she's like, okay, we'll just kind of keep walking. And she's like, I'm going to send Jennifer to go take you to work. So I'm like, okay, cool. As soon as my cousin came and got me, that car was literally right across from the street, looking like they parked right there to, like, I guess see, you know, like what, like, you know. So I'm like, yeah, this is weird. So I told my cousin, I go, you see that car right there? She's like, yeah. I was like, I don't know if that could be, you know, we're just gonna call this person, I'm just gonna call him weirdo. Sorry, but I'll be honest. Weirdo. I was like, oh my gosh, what if it's that weirdo like I told you about? You know what I mean? The one that like threatened to, you know, and especially in front of my family and everything. So she's like, but I thought he don't have a car. So I was like, maybe it could be a friend or something. Now, she's like, well, how would he even know? I was like, you're right. Okay. So, she takes me though to work. You know, they stayed back for, like, they stayed back. And I was like, because I looked to see if they're like still following me and everything like that. But I know for sure they really knew where I worked. So my cousin was like, call me when you get off work. So I'm like, okay. So that night I called my cousin. I'm like, it's 11 o'clock at night. I'm like, hey cousin, come and pick me up. She's like, okay. And then I asked my auntie, I was like, hey auntie, you know, I was like, I got paid. I go, is there any way that we can use the car so we could go to the movies, and I'll take all the, you know, kids and, you know, like especially my younger cousins at the time. I go, so we could get out of your hair. So she's like, yeah, go ahead. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm driving and everything. I see the same car. I'm like, cousin, this is weird. I go, this car, what's it doing? So she's like, I don't know, cousin, just ignore it. She's like, let's go to the movies. So I'm like, okay, cool. She's like, if it's the car is still there, cousin, she's like, we're calling the cops. So I'm like, okay, cool. Tell me. So we're literally getting back from the movies. This is not no coincidence. This is weird. So I'm really starting to be like, okay, hold on. Getting back from the movies, that same car was like right behind us, right? So I'm like, and my cousin, I go, that same car is right behind us. So she's like, hurry up, get to the house. We're almost there. And Uncle Junior will be pulling into, because my mom just said Uncle Junior's coming. So I'm like, okay, cool. I hurry up and pull in, because like I said, I'm like literally really almost there. So I pull into my auntie's driveway, and that white car literally had followed us, pulled into, like real fast, pulled into the, my auntie's drive-in too. And I'm like, oh shoot, cousin. My auntie comes out and she goes, don't get out of the car. So I'm like, oh shoot, I'm scared, because I'm like, I don't know who this is, and still never found out who it is. But like I said, they sat there for a second, and I'm just like, what? This is so weird. They literally did. They sat there for a second in the driveway. So my auntie throws up her hands and she's like, what's up? She's like, what you want? What you need? Get out of here. I don't know if they, like I said, the windows are so freaking black and tinted. So I don't know if they're like looking at my aunt, like, you know what I mean? So my uncle comes pulling up in his car. And so that's what scared them away. And so they left. Okay. So that was on a Friday night or Saturday night, I believe. And I'm like, so you guys believe me, right? You guys know this is like, I am not freaking out. Like someone is like literally stalking me. So they're like, yeah. They're like, let's go in, you know. And I'm like, okay. So about, I would have to say 2 days later, that same car, I'm walking to work. Same thing. I'm like, oh, hell no. I'm like, look, you're going to have to drive me to work, or you gonna have to let me just take the car. I'm like, because I'm the only one here with the job. I go, so, like, you know what I mean? I'm the one with the job, so I'm like, I'll be the one to obviously put gas in your car. I go, what's more important? I'm like, damn, Thea, like, let me, you know what I mean? Like, my safety, nigga. So she's like, okay, I'll let you take the car. No, she didn't even let me take the car. She let my cousin drive me to work. So I'm like, okay, cool. As long as I know, I'm okay. And it's like, I'm okay. Car, same thing. Night and day. And it's like, I was like, oh no. I was like, all right, Auntie. I was like, I'm going to have to go back to my mama's house. So I go back to my mama's house, and I tell my mom, and my mom didn't even believe it too. And even when I tried to tell my mama years later too about the same old thing, like, that's the thing. As chosen ones, they want to sit here and pin us out like, oh, you're so crazy. Like, you know, like, you're just being paranoid. And it's like, how can I be paranoid about I know, I see, right? With my own two eyes, this is not normal. So that was when I was 19. Okay. A couple years go by later. I'm in my 20s. I think at the time this happened again, I'm like 25 at this time. So years went by later, like I said. And I'm living in my apartment. I had just got out of a recent abusive relationship. Another one that I'm gonna be able, I'll be able to tell you guys in the next story about that one too. As I said, I got a lot, and God does not play about his children, especially the chosen ones. Okay, so I'm like getting ready to go to work and everything, and you know, like, because at the time, yeah, like I said, at the time I was 25. I did have my car and everything, but like my ex at the time, he had taken the car because we shared it, and it was really my fiance at the time. So I'm like, I was like, shoot. I was like, okay. I'm like, well, I gotta get to work. And so like, I am driving, and I see this black car, black tinted windows again, and I'm like, you know, nothing of it that day. I'm like, whatever, I don't care. I'm listening to my music. I'm jamming in my car. I'm trying to get to work. So the car is like right behind me. I need my eyelashes done. I'm sorry, you guys. I know. I'm like, but I'm in my car, and I'm like, bro, why are you so on top of my ass? Like get back. Like, you too close to me. Like, because that's why I be like, man, people can't drive. And especially, like, having my CDL, I really do be thinking, like, oh, my gosh. Like, it's common sense. Like, you never know what's wrong with someone else's car. Like, duh. Like, sometimes people, I'm like, back up. Because what if you never know? Like, what if, like, even with this car accident, I was in 2023, and I'll tell you about that one, too. Man, I swear to gosh, we be going through so much as chosen ones. I'm like, dang, y'all really you trying to take me out, nigga? You trying to take me out, and it just won't happen. I'm like, I ain't going nowhere. I'm like, my time is not done. I have a mission here. So, y'all about to see this. Like I said, God wants me to definitely tell these stories and tell them. Yeah, this is very real. Gang stalking is very real. So I'm like, get back. So then I'm pulling into work. The car pulls in right next to me. I'm like, bro, you were just, because I'm in this lane right here, right? In the last lane to the right, so I could be able to turn into work. That car was literally, like I said, was like behind me. But also, too, I'm like, bro, like, I seen that you were going to go ahead and get over. So what made you change your mind? to get in and like just go behind me again. So I'm like, okay. So I don't think nothing of it. So I'm pulling in, I park. I see them park right literally next to me. They didn't get out of the car. Like, didn't get out of the car whatsoever. And I'm already like, oh shit, like I'm running late. Like I really gotta get in. Like I don't care. Like I don't know who you are, but this is on some weirdo shit. Like I don't know what this is, and I don't know. Okay. So that's another one. So I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, I gotta get in here. And so then I tell my boss, and she's like, that's weird. And then I called, my ex-fiance, and I'm like, babe, because we only had the one car. And I'm like, look, this car, followed me. And then and he's like, what? He's like, you know what? I'm going to catch a bus down to your job. And he did. He caught the bus because he was like, nah, you're not going to be coming out by yourself. So I was like, okay, cool. Thank you. So that was that one story. Then, or I think I was actually 23 because I had left him in 2013 because I had my baby. So, I'm sorry, you guys. I just have the times wrong though, because I had my baby I be trying to think I'm younger. My mom's like, stop it. She's like, I go, Mom, I am. I'm like, damn well I was not that old when I had my baby. She goes, Ajay, you were the same age as me when you had your baby. I go, don't lie to me. I go, no, don't lie to me. I was like, I was 28. She goes, Ajay, you were not 28. She goes, you were 29. I go, don't lie. I was like, you trying to make me older than what the hell I really am. She's like, oh my gosh. So I'm like, I'm like, yeah, you trying to definitely make me older than what I really need to be. She's like, I just have my quirky little personality. So I'm like, what the hell? So like I said, this about then I had to be maybe 23, I think then. I do, because in 2013, like I said, I was still, in these apartments all the way up until I had my baby. And that was in 2017, I had my baby. So I've been at those apartments with my ex when we split in 2013. So yeah, I was there at those apartments for 8 years. So he did come through and help me. So that was in, I think, 2012 then when that happened. Yeah. Okay, 2012, because we split in 2013. So it was around there. I'm sorry, you guys. My story, like I said, the times do not be good. That's why I'm like, God, why you want me to tell my story? I'm like, I can't even remember. I'm like, because these suckers really be trying to mess with your head and everything. And you be like, man, look, I know today is, because I really do. I be like, damn, why does the time seem so fast? I'm like, are we is it Wednesday? That's how bad like I said. So anyways, let's just go ahead and get over this. Sorry, you guys. So that was that one. And then about, like I said, after me and my ex had split, the same thing, and it continued. So I remember, I might have to get my brother on this one if he will let me, because he's very private. He's like, no, but I gotta tell you this one. So there was a time after I had my baby, like I said, and this was in 2018, okay, that I can remember. 2018, I had moved to my other apartment. So I was there for a while. I was like, okay, this seems cool, you know what I mean? 2019 is when I was like, there was another car, black. And I think this was like kind of like a Tahoe or an SUV, like a big one, black tinted windows, followed me. And so now I'm just like, man, look. So I called my sister too at the time. I was like, hey sis, I'm not lying, bro. I was like, someone's following me. She's like, oh, hell no. And she's like, come over here, especially because you got the baby. She's like, She's like, come over here. And then me, and my sister's husband was like, we'll take you to the house, you know what I mean? And make sure you get in safely with the baby and stuff like that. And, bring their protection. I need a gun to myself. I ain't even gonna lie. Sometimes I'd be like, I was like, so I call my mom, right? At the time when I'm trying to tell her this, I call her and tell her, Mom, that's the thing about my mom. I'm like, what the heck? Like, oh man, that's why I'm like, it is hard with my words, because I'm like, I hope you guys know what I'm trying to say. I don't know if it's because of they got, that's making them like, or something, but like, I'm like, you ain't, like, something, like, you ain't normal. This ain't normal. Like, I feel like even then, they're not human. Like, some of our parents, like, especially, like, I don't know. I'm just being honest. So, she's like, ain't no one following you. She's like, you okay? Hurry up and get home with the baby. I'm like, what? I'm like, nah, hell no. I'm not taking no damn risk. I was like, I went to my sister's house, and I go, and she's taking us back home. So, I know that they did follow me all the way up until my sister's house, and I didn't tell her that part. Because she was like, nigga. Because it's like, it's hard to tell people to the naked eye if they really don't know what really is more going on, right? On a whole nother spiritual level. That's what I'm trying to get at. And so I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm like, this is like, I can't explain this to anyone. And I go, and I'm thinking maybe, hopefully my little brother, because I've been telling him too for years, and they've been thinking, oh, you're just crazy. You're paranoid. Get out. So I'm like, whatever. Okay, so there's that one. That happened. And then there's another time, like a couple months later in 2019, another car followed me. I'm like, getting off the freeway to go to my house. So I'm like, okay, just jamming. No, this car literally followed me. Like, I went straight because I was like, yeah, definitely. I was like, I'm just gonna, see if my little brother is home, because he lived in these apartments next to mine. So I was like, let me just go straight and see if he's at home. This car follows me. Like, literally all the way even till I was like, you know what? I go, let me go ahead and actually, because there was a store, Family Dollar, that was right next to my brother's apartments. I go, let me actually do something. I was like, I swear I'm not, you know what I mean? I was like, I'm going to go to the store and see what they do. They followed me to the store. Sat there in the car. Same thing. Didn't get out. But literally just sat there. I'm like, oh, hell no. So I'm calling my mom again. I'm like, dang, Mom, what do you want me to do? I'm like, nigga, come and get me or something. Shit, you're literally right down the damn street, dog. That's what I'm talking about. People are literally like, I'm just like, oh my gosh. So I'm like, man, okay, whatever. The car takes off. So I'm like, cool. Because the car sees I'm not getting out of my car. I don't know who you are. I don't trust you. I don't know what you're trying to do. So, like, I'm not leaving this parking lot. So they literally sat there for, honestly, a good, like, 2 to 3 minutes. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not liking this shit. I'm going to have to find another route or something. I'm going to have to switch up how I, like, you know what I mean? So I would do that. And it's, like, sad because it's like, you shouldn't have to. And it's, you know what I mean? But now, like I said, I already woken up, so I'm like, man, look, I'm no longer living. I don't live in fear. I'm like, you ain't gonna kick me out of my own damn house. Like, I'm being dead serious. So there was another time, and about 2020, yeah, 2020, the middle of 2020, I believe, or 2021, around there, I'm followed again. So instead of going to my mom, I'm like, man, I ain't gonna tell her. I ain't telling her nothing. I'm like, she don't get nothing. Like, she really, and I'm like, I love my mom. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to put her down, but I'm just like, as a Christian woman, that's why I said they're like, religious people don't really get it. Like, they don't get it. And I'm going to be honest. I'm brutally honest. I'm sorry, but that's all I can be. So I finally am like, oh my gosh, like my little brother has to see. I'm like, if you sit here and say you're a man of God, and I'm like, then you should know, because I swear to God, there's like, you should know. I finally tell him again. I go, I need you to hear me out and listen clearly. And he's like, what? I go, I am not paranoid. I am being stalked. I'm being gang stalked. He finally went, I believe you. I go, oh my gosh. About time, and especially when you have someone be like, I know. You're just like, I just needed one person to really, because I'm like, I know I'm not crazy. So he was like, yeah, he goes, I know now. He goes, and I'm sorry for calling you paranoid and crazy and all that stuff. He goes, I actually have a friend. He goes, the same thing happened to her, but they scared her so bad that she moved out of her place to live in her car. I was like, are you serious? He's like, yeah. And he goes, you guys are the 144,000. So you see, that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. So I'm like, I'm just like, and I know they're doing other things too. I'm not even going to talk about it because, like I said, I don't like to speak on, as chosen ones, we don't like negative. Like, it really messes with us. And, like, that's why I be like, and that's why I'm like, be careful with people, too. Like, even, I don't care. Like, I even tell my mama, too, all the time. And I am. And I've told my sister, and I tell people all the time. And a lot of people are coming out and telling their stories, and it's the truth. Sometimes even your own parents don't like you. Your own mama don't like you. They don't. And it's, you know, like, it's just, this is part of what it is and what it's supposed to be, right? And so I'm just like, man, and even till, I'm like, oh my gosh. I was watching, I think, who was it? I was watching, like, Jay or something, the originator, and he was saying something about, like, your parents or your mom or dad or whoever are gonna, like, they don't like you, and you're gonna start seeing, and I really am, and I've always been, the black sheep of the family, and literally people be always trying to, like, comfort me and everything else, but I'm just like, yeah, I definitely know now what this is. Like, for real, I definitely know what this is. So, yeah, I just wanted to tell you that one story that, like, gang stalking is very real. It is. A lot of people will sit here, try to make all the rest of us seem like we're delusional, we're paranoid, and everything else. But like I told you, as chosen ones, we're rising up, we're coming out, we're telling our stories, we're letting people know. Nah, we see you, we know what's going on, but we can't be touched. We here on God's perfect timing. So until we get that mission done, and I told you, I have a mission, and I know they here. I have a mission, And I already know which one of them it is, and they're trying to definitely take that away. And they're definitely trying to keep me away from doing that. But it's okay, guys. You guys will definitely see a whole nother outlook, though. So, all I say here to say is, look, if you know, are not really... if you're the other person on the other side, right? And you're not the chosen one, or you know what I mean? And I'm not trying to say in a mean way, because we're all chosen. But I'm just saying, like, chosen ones. And someone is trying to tell you, look, this is happening. You should believe them. Like, believe them. Because it's hard to explain, like I said. Definitely check out J Originator. Like I said, I'm pretty sure he'll break it down more. He does a lot better than me. There's also a couple other content creators I really like. Check them out. That will be able to explain more than I can, but then you'll be able to, you know, understand what I'm talking about. Another one to check out, Stephanie P. Smith. She's another good one to check to see, you know. But definitely, yeah, like I said, definitely check it out. And just listen to people, listen to that, however you guys perceive it, the little voice in your head, you know, like, I don't know. Me, I'm like, it's the Holy Spirit talking to me. There's certain things, you know, that, you know, the Holy Spirit be like, look, and I'm like, okay, like, I'll listen sometimes, and then sometimes I think also too, it shows the ones where like, like my dad always used to tell me, you gonna do what you gonna do. You right. Because I'm not on their playground. I'm not on the devil's playground. I don't play his rules, and I'm not playing their rules. I play God's rules, and I play my rules. I play by my own rules. I do what I want to do. Who is you? Like, for real, who is you? You can't, like, for real. No weapon shall prosper or form against me or my son and loved ones. So, like, you can't, like, I don't like, you guys, like, we should not be living in fear. Like, it is time. Oh, also, too, I am later, you know, I'm going to start putting that on my, putting it up, too, because I am going to be getting some new merch in and do some shirts. You know, and we definitely just got to get it out there, so... But all right, you guys, I was like, let me go ahead and make this video real quick. God's like, get this one out. And like I said, if anyone's going through it, you're not alone. Look up videos on gang stalking, because it's real. Pray. Read your Bible. Ask God to, you know, like I said, to cover you and your children in the blood and nothing but the blood of Jesus Christ. Have the protection of shield or armor over you and your children. That, you know, we're protecting our mind, our body, soul, and spirit. Our eyes, our ears, and our mouth. That we see no evil, hear no evil, and we speak no evil. And like I said, though, I just want to say I'm going to be getting, also, I'll be reading some Bible scriptures, too. A little bit later. So I'm sorry, you guys, I'm just a little tired today, so like if I play with my hair or just everything else, I just wanted to quickly make this video though. But you guys, God bless you and take care and have a good night.